What is up, guys? It is Bleeding Blue, episode 11. I'm pretty sure 11 already, 11 episodes, which is pretty crazy. Um, Welcome back, guys. It wasn't an insane week in terms of sports, just a lot of all-star breaks. We got the Pro Bowl, we got the NHL All-Star game with Toronto, which there was actually quite a bit of stuff that went down at that game in terms of celebrities and things going on there. But we'll get all into that. Ryan, how's it going though?
hmm
How you doing?
I'm doing well, man.
Good.
Excited. Leafs hockey's coming back tonight, so I'm
I
glad that's
know.
happening because sports has been very minimal this
Oh, it's been
past
a
week. So
dud week. Nothing
yeah,
going on, no action whatsoever. But that's the way it goes sometimes. There's always that week where it's just like, especially in like February times, and even in like March when there's like just nothing going on whatsoever other than hockey. But like right now, no, it's pretty exciting, and or right now it will soon be pretty exciting because we got Jay spring training coming up soon, and the Leafs
hmm
are back at it. Hopefully, to have a good second half. We didn't really talk about second half predictions, but like I guess we can go into it for now.
okay.
Like talking about the Leafs and our predictions for them. So, who do you think is going to be the biggest like comebacks are in terms of being just a quality player and a quality player on the ice?
Yeah, for the Leafs, you're saying
Yeah, yeah.
come back well after the break. I don't know. I hope Domi shows up a little bit more.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like he's kind of, we brought him in to, show some toughness and maybe put some points on the board. And he hasn't been, as productive as we thought he would be. But him and Bertuzzi, I feel like need to step it up a little bit more. I feel like I've always been saying that.
Yeah.
They have their moments once in a while. They have a good game, like they score a couple goals or something, but that's a rarity. So I want them to, step it up a little bit. Obviously, Tavares is another one because he's getting paid over 10 million a year, so he's got to be producing a little more.
Okay. Okay, but in terms
Those are
of
my three.
like, do you think they'll do well though? Do you think they're going to have a good second half, or do
Um,
you think it's going to
I don't know. I don't know about Domi and Bertuzzi, but I think Tavares is, it's the All-Star break. He didn't make it. Usually he's usually in these games, and especially seeing that it's in Toronto, his
Yeah.
hometown, and he doesn't make it, right? He's kind of
Yeah, it might
kind
be a
of felt
little hurt.
disrespected, so he probably wants to, step it up here to push for a playoff spot. So I think he'll be playing well in these next few games coming up.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, that'd be great for him. I think for my pick, it's got to be Tavares is a good one, but I think Marner is going to have an insane second half. Like
Okay.
he was good already before, but I think he's going to like just go 2022, 2023, like last year, second half type thing. I think he's going to be go off. And I think he's been really solid for the Leafs this year. Like he's been putting up points, putting up lots of assists, but I think it's going to go even a step further because I think he can be better than what he is playing in the way he's playing right now for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
100%.
but yeah, who do you think's gonna surprise you though? Do you think there's gonna be any surprises that like you would be like any bold
Um,
any bold prediction?
well, I think what I think might happen is Wall's going to come back soon, obviously, because he's been injured for a while, and he's probably going to. My guess is sometime in the next month or so he'll be back playing. I don't
Yeah,
know. I feel like he's going to be a dud. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I feel like he's been off for so long. He was on a really good streak there when he before he got injured. I remember
yeah,
that game. It was against Ottawa, I think. He got
yeah.
injured and he was playing out of his mind, and it was just tough. Like it's gonna be tough for him to get back into that mojo, playing saving like 20 stops in the first period. So I feel like he might struggle right off the gate, but I hope he comes back because Samsonov's been playing solid these past couple games, and he could be, I don't know who's going to be starting in come April time
It'll
when
be
the
tough.
Leafs are close to playoffs. So I don't know. It's going to be tough to see what it
Yeah,
looks like.
you can't really figure out, you can't determine really who would be starting in terms of goalies, but like I think I think Samsonov will just be on there. I don't think they'll send him down again. I mean, they do it to players, I'm sure, all the time, like with goalies, but I think his track record, and if he keeps up what he's been doing as of late, which is, what we need, he's been lots of saves, had some good games. Hopefully he can carry that on into the second half, but I think he'll be pretty good. But I also think yeah, I'm trying to think of other players that I'd be surprised at. I think who's gonna surprise me is Benoit. There you go. I think
Okay.
he'll have a good second half. He's kind of a random pick, but I think it would be. I think like he's been good. Like he's been solid. He scored a goal his last game, right?
Hmm.
Was it? Yeah. So the last game they played. So we'll see what happens there. But I think those are our bold predictions uh for the Leafs for the second half. Who do you think is going to have the most points by the end of the season?
I think Nylander will stay consistent and keep putting him up. I don't think Matthews will, because
Well,
like Matthews doesn't assist people. He just scores. So he's obviously gonna be in the top five on the team or top three, but he's not gonna be he's not gonna have more than Nylander or Marner.
no 70 goals, you think, for Matthews?
That's tough. I don't know. I think he'll definitely reach 60.
Yeah,
I think that's a given. Just what 35 games left. He has to score 30. Um,
that's
I
tough.
don't know. It's a tough 30 goals in 35 games is tough, but I think he'll definitely reach 60. But he'll definitely reach his personal best, that's for sure. He'll definitely go over six. I think he hit 60 a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but 70, I don't know what the odds are on that, but I'd say they're pretty high because 30 and 35 is really tough. But he's already done that this year, so he can definitely do it again if he really tries.
Yeah, no, he was the backbone of this team. You look back on some of the periods that we had or like periods of hockey we had this past in the first half. There's some games and times when it was pretty shitty. It was pretty fucking terrible. The Leafs
Mm,
were if we want to reflect on how they played in the first half, it was very very um, inconsistent. So
hmm.
hopefully they get on a consistent match and just start, winning a few games in a row. Maybe go on like a little 10-game win streak, 7-game win streak, something like that. You don't think so?
A little 10 game win streak. I
Yeah,
don't.
I
I don't
mean,
think that's little.
I'm in terms of baseball because
Baseball. Yeah,
that type of thing happens all the time. Not all the time, but it's like it you
it's
see
not as
that
rare.
happen throughout seasons. Yeah, for teams like little 10-game, maybe little. I mean, I don't know. You think they can do that? You think they can go on a 10
10
game
games
win
is
streak?
hard. I mean, Edmonton is playing amazing right now. They're on what a 16, 17 game win streak. The highest is 18 in the league. So it's hard to come by those long streaks because everyone in the NHL is really solid.
Yeah,
It's not like you. It's not like you're like you have a stretch where the Jays play like the
a bunch of
Athletics, the
bombs. Yeah.
Nationals, and the Tigers. Like it's like that's not like a thing in the NHL.
No,
So
you're right. Yeah,
it's gonna be a bit tougher. I saw a thing on Instagram where it said like the toughest schedules going in after the All-Star break, and the Leafs are like in the top five
yeah.
toughest schedules. So
There's
they
a
have a tough because
yeah,
they play Boston, I think, three times
like the span of
more,
like three
three more
weeks.
times or two
Yeah,
more times or something. Like they have a lot. I think they play the Rangers a couple. They play Vegas twice in like the span of 5 days.
yeah,
They play the Avalanche again. I think like they have a tough schedule ahead. But like beating the Jets twice, 2 times in a row, and like is pretty good for how they're playing this year. So
yeah.
let's just hope that stays with them for the rest
I
of the
mean,
year.
yeah, that one game, that 1-0 game was pretty. It was, yeah. I mean, it wasn't really the most dominant by the Leafs, but against the Jets. But I mean, we'll see what happens. I
Hmm.
think you can't really tell. You can't really guess or anticipate what's gonna happen because they've had such an inconsistent season. It's hard to determine how they're gonna be in the
Hmm.
in the second half, but I think it's hopefully it's good. They're on a good pace. They've not like they didn't put themselves in a terrible position like
Mhm.
some teams have where it's like a battle the second half and you're just clawing your way back into a spot. They're in a spot right now. So
Yeah, they have 3 games on Tampa, and Tampa's only a point ahead of them. So it's not like they're going to be in a playoff spot
yeah.
because they have 3 games on Tampa. They have 2 games on Florida, but Florida's 8 points ahead of them.
Yeah.
So they're kind of far ahead, but there's loads of time to come back and maybe get the second spot. That probably won't get the division
It'll be
because
tough. Yeah.
Boston is just too consistent, and unless we go 2-0 against them, it's gonna be tough trying to stay up with them. But yeah, I feel we'll definitely I feel like we'll definitely get a playoff spot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
At
No,
least at least
that's
at least at least second or third in
yeah.
the division. I think it would be shocking if we get a wild card spot. But yeah.
No, we'll see. I guess next to discuss was the All-Star break and All-Star events in Toronto, which were pretty cool. It was good to see that,
Better than last year. Last
oh
year's was
yeah.
fucking horrible.
No, this
Oh
this
my
system
god.
that they're going back with the draft, with the skills competition, not doing golf and which isn't even hockey like they were doing before. What was that thing? Or like they were
No, they had like they were on a golf course or something, and they were like passing to like little greens. It was really stupid, and they pre-recorded it. It wasn't even live.
there
Like
you go.
it was really dumb. Like
Yeah.
I'm also glad that people just probably disagree with me on this, but I'm glad they only picked 12 guys to compete in it and not just
Mm,
have like all like every all-star compete in one challenge, and then like it's just like whoever's division's the best. I like kind of like, and another thing that's good is they added the money, which makes it more competitive. But obviously, I don't know if you anyone watched it, but Kucherov was a little lazy when it came to those. I mean,
yeah.
like he probably doesn't even care about the money because like he's getting paid loads of money. He's getting paid like 8-9 mil a year, right? So he doesn't really need the money per se. But it was just kind of funny how like he just doesn't give a shit. And then like when
Oh,
he
he
when
did
he's playing
not.
the All-Star game, he's like actually trying. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
No, it
He's like
was.
he's like waving to the crowd and shit. It was so fucking funny.
Yeah, no, they're giving it to him. At least he seemed like he enjoyed that. Like I
Oh
like the
yeah, he
fans
he
doing
doesn't
that.
give
It's
a
all
shit.
fun. It's all in fun.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was great. Yeah, no,
I
it
love
was
Kucherov, man. He's I like
it
when
was
I'm
great.
playing when they're playing against him in the playoffs, I hate him. But like
But
he's
he's
just
good,
he's
man.
just a funny guy. Like I feel like every Russian guy in the NHL is just just an absolute clown. Like just like the class clown of the dressing room, like Ovechkin and Malkin. Like they're all like funny guys, right? Panarin's always he's a big jokester.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the Russian guys in the NHL.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, it was definitely I was more entertained. Like I wasn't like because last year I remember seeing I was like, what the hell is this? I'm not even watching this. This is so stupid. Look dumb. But this year it was cool. I seeing all the you got the different celebrities, part of each team. I mean, Buble was on fucking Mars, man. He was gone, let me tell you. Like he was
I
so
don't think he
funny.
was though. I don't think he said he wasn't on shrooms. It's just apparently that's like his thing. That's like what he jokes about. Like he's like I saw a comment on someone's like I heard you were high on shrooms, and then he responded by saying like clearly you don't know me, you haven't known me for the past 12 years or something like that. So I guess he must have been joking
You're right. Maybe he
about it.
was. So I mean, I thought it was a possibility because he was just saying the weirdest shit. He's like, was he said to Jesse Pollock, he was like, "You have soft mitts. You have the softest mitts, or the silkiest
How did
mitts."
Jesse Pollock get a dinner reservation with fucking Michael Bublé? How is that possible?
Who knows, bro? I mean, he just
Jesse
seems like a
Pollock's
nice.
connections are crazy.
Bublé's your typical awesome Canadian. Just total guy's guy. Like just loves getting after
Hmm.
with the boys. That's somebody I'd love to get after it with. Is Michael Bublé. That dude
Hmm.
he's awesome. He seems
Yeah.
hilarious, and great singer as usual. Like I'd love to just
Hmm.
have one night where you're just drunk with the boys, and all of a sudden Bublé's like, boys, give me a sec. Let me get my guitar out, and then starts playing on some Christmas classics. That'd be a night to
That'd be
remember.
lit. That'd be
Yeah.
lit.
So and like, yeah. So I mean, he was awesome. Justin Bieber, I don't know. He seemed like he was having a blast, which is good. You like to see celebrities look like they're enjoying it.
Well,
But I
yeah,
mean,
he's good friends with all the Leaf guys, right? And he
yeah.
knows how to play hockey. When he was in the warm ups, I thought that was pretty cool. How
Mhm.
they let him put on the pads and shit and skate around. He's a decent player, man.
Yeah,
He's
he's not
decent.
bad.
Apparently, he used
He's
to.
not.
Apparently,
He's
he used to
not.
play. Apparently,
Yeah.
he used to play before like he got all famous and shit on YouTube. But
Oh yeah.
yeah,
No,
he's a
that's like a
solid
known
player.
thing,
He's
bro.
solid. He
It's
was
like,
moving around decently on the ice there.
yeah. Yeah, no, he seems fine on the ice. Yeah, no, he was there. And then Tate McRae, obviously, who stole the show.
Hmm.
Everyone loves Tate McRae now. She just blew up all this. I mean, I know she was famous before, and like she's like a
Yeah,
celebrity, but I feel like she blew up, especially in the hockey community for sure. It popularized herself a little bit.
yeah.
But yeah, no, she was
She was
incredible.
something. She
She's
was something.
something. No, she's absolute. No, I have no problem saying she's absolutely beautiful.
Yep.
She's gorgeous. But good on her though. She put on a performance, and she did a
Dude, it
good
looked like she
job.
was at the Grammys. That did not look like she was at the All Star game performing that.
I
Pretty
know she was
crazy.
on the ice, bro. She was on the ice when I. That's what I thought too
The
when I first
beginning,
saw it.
I'm watching it. I'm like, dude, is this the All Star game or are we at the
Are
Grammys?
we
Like,
watching some? I thought it was some other performance, like for somewhere else, and then no,
that's what I thought too. I was like, what the fuck? It's
yeah.
pretty crazy, but
It was, but yeah, no, it was a good event. There were some cool things like Kale McCarr hitting 102 with the slap shot was
hmm
that I was like,
I was not expecting that from him.
yeah,
I
same.
thought he would be decent because obviously all defensemen have
Yeah,
solid
great wicked.
shots, but
Yeah.
holy fuck, 102. I was not expecting that.
What's the fastest? I mean, like it's gotta be
Chara had it. Chara had it 108.8.
holy shit.
I think I remember Gretzky was talking about this earlier. Literally during the hardest shot competition, he was saying that guys who competed in it, like Weber, who's also very good at it, they'd they get a custom stick from Bauer or CCM wherever they get their sticks from, and they'd up the flex.
Hmm.
It's usually guys nowadays they play with like lower flexes to get the shot off faster. That's what he was saying. But like for the hardest shot, they up the flex so that they can get the power off it
So
because
it's like it's like a
they don't need
baseball
to worry
bat.
about getting the shot off quick because they just want the power for it, right?
Yeah, no, you're
So
right.
I think Chara was using like 130 flex stick, like it was like a piece of wood that he was holding onto when taking the slap shot. It was pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
That's why I think that's why the guys are like the miles per hour is kind of lowered because they're using their game sticks. They're not using like custom ones that they asked
Hmm.
for. I feel like if guys did that, they'd be up there with Char like 10 like what Makar was doing like 102, 103.
Yeah.
Like Pedersen had I thought Pedersen was going to win this year cuz he had 103 last year.
Damn.
He had a large score last year. So I
And
thought he
he's
was
not
going
a
to win it.
defenseman either, though, is he?
No, he's a winger.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, he has a
Interesting.
nice shot.
Yeah, no, good for him. Yeah, Shea Weber's really
That's
good.
when like I was saying like they picked guys to play the skills competition and they didn't allow like other people. That's why like the hardest shot, I feel like they should add people. Like just
Okay.
select people from different teams that have the hardest shot. Like this guy on Vancouver, Philip Roenick, he's like one of their defensemen. I think he had a shot of 1.109 in a game this year. Absolute beam. I'm like, you should get him in. Get
That's
him a higher
crazy.
flex stick. He'd easily reach 110.
Wow. Even Matthews
100%.
got 96, bro. Like good for like I mean,
Yeah,
that's
he was
fast.
definitely using his game stick. He would have more than that. He would reach
You think
100.
so? He was saying
Yeah,
in
yeah,
an
he was using
interview
his game stick.
he thought he was only gonna hit like one or he thought he was gonna hit like under 90. He was afraid that he was gonna get under 90 with this slap shot, but it is like,
No, if the guys use custom sticks, they definitely be over 100.
oh wow.
Just the
Okay.
amount of power they have is ridiculous. Like they'd definitely be over 100.
Hmm.
No doubt.
Yeah, no, it was
The skills competition 100% better than last year. The
oh
whole the
yeah.
whole the whole weekend was better than last year.
Yeah, the games weren't as high scoring as I thought they'd be. I thought it was going to be like 20 to 20 or something like that. Like it was.
No, they usually that like last year they were like higher. Like I think it was like eight. I think one of the games was like 8-5 or something.
Oh, it was
But
even
like
more
the
than that.
goal the goaltending is is always better now. Like
Mhm.
the like Hellebuck and then like Georgiev. I remember in the one-on-one challenge in the skills competition, McDavid was playing. I'm like, oh, McDavid's going to blow the water off this guy because
Mhm.
Georgiev was not playing that well this year compared to past years. But dude, this guy was poke-checking the shit out of McDavid in that skills competition. I'm like, no way, bro. I think Georgiev poke-checked him 3 times
Yeah.
in the one-on-one. I was like, holy shit, man, where did this come from? So yeah, Georgiev. Yeah, the goaltending was great this weekend. Like you said, I thought it was gonna be high scoring the game. Yeah, the goaltending was fucking amazing. Not
Yeah.
expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't elite like it was like a 0-0 game, but it was still better for an all-star game. It was competitive. It was competitive.
Yeah, you're not it's not gonna be 0-0 when you have McKinnon facing McDavid and Draisaitl and
And what three on
McKinnon.
threes? Or it
Yeah,
was 3-3, yeah.
yeah,
So
it was. Yeah.
yeah. So it's gonna be a little bit different that way.
Hmm.
Yeah. In further news with hockey though, the Olympics announced that they are going to go back to allowing NHL players into the Olympics over the past couple
Hmm.
of years. Past couple Olympics, that hasn't been the scenario. That hasn't been what has been going on.
Yeah.
But I think personally, I love to see just absolute beasts of teams, like a super team like that. What could
Yeah.
be with Team Canada, with Russia, with the U.S., with Sweden. Those teams could be with Finland. Like those teams could be absolutely insane. And it's
Hmm.
not like I was gonna say. It's not like because I think people were worrying about maybe it being too top heavy in terms of U.S. and Canada or Russia because these NHL players are allowed to compete in the Olympics. It's also there's other teams and countries that are seriously competitors too. So it would be,
Hmm.
a bloodbath, because
Yeah.
there are so many other good like players from other countries in the NHL that would be on these teams, like you
Hmm.
just yeah, Finland or Sweden already has like tons of players, incredible goalies too. So like, that was the thing that I think people were might have been concerned about. But you seem pretty fond on it though, right?
Oh, I'm so excited, man, because like the last two Olympics have been fucking, oh my God. I couldn't even watch the games.
Yeah.
Like the Russia was destroying everyone because they had guys from the KHL in the Russian league playing for them, and they were just destroying like everyone. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Germany won a gold medal in 2018. Like Germany's not known for playing hockey.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
Draisaitl, and that's it, right? That's the only German player I can think of.
Really,
But
I did not know Draisaitl was German.
yeah,
No
yeah, he's
way.
German, yeah, yeah.
Huh.
So he's obviously going to be playing for Germany next Olympics. But I'm very excited for the lineups coming up for Canada and US. US especially. I was just looking at the All Stars and like Alex DeBrincat, who had 6 points in 2 games. He's American. I thought he was Canadian.
Yeah.
He's American. Like the amount of talent that is on that US team is unreal. Like
Yeah.
it's like when you think about it, when you really think about how good that team is going to be, I'll search it up right now. The US team for the Olympics projected. They are, oh boy, it's going to be tough for Canada to beat that team, especially when guys are coming up and uh looking like they're going to be playing. Yeah, so here I'll just name the forwards: Matthew Tkachuk, Austin Matthews, and Brady Tkachuk on the same line.
Yeah.
Imagine that line. Holy shit. Their second line is Jack Hughes, Jason Robertson, Jack Eichel.
Damn.
That would be a first line on any country.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Elite.
you have Dylan Larkin, Kyle Connor, Tage Thompson, Matty Beniers, Goudreau, Clayton Keller, Cole Caulfield, and Brock Besser. Alex DeBrincat is not even on this list.
Yeah.
That's how stacked they are on forwards. Quinn Hughes, Charlie McAvoy, Werenski, Adam Fox. Like they're the Luke Hughes. When he all three Hughes brothers are probably going to be on the team in
Yeah.
2026 because he's a rookie this year and he's already insane. Their goalies, they have Ottinger and Hellebuck as their goalies.
Yeah.
Like who the fuck are you going to start there, right? Like it's pretty incredible the U.S. Talent, USA's talent. Canada like is obviously Bedard,
Oh yeah.
McDavid, Marner, Crosby, McKinnon,
McKinnon, yeah.
like McCarr on defense. The only thing I'm worried about with Canada is their goaltending because their goaltending's not that good compared to
No, it's
other
not.
countries,
Yeah, no.
which I'm very worried about.
I mean, yeah. Well, that's a worry for later in time because
Yes,
obviously it's not that.
but overall I am very excited that it just makes the Olympics way better to watch in
You're
my
right.
opinion.
It does.
Because even if I'm watching like Sweden against like Latvia or something, I'll still watch the game
Yeah.
just to see the NHL players play for their country because they're obviously going to try more than when they play for the NHL when they play in the
Mhm.
NHL because they want to win for their country and win a medal. What'll be really funny is Italy's hosting, so they're going to have to play hockey, and that is
Oh,
going to be a treat because I was talking to my dad about this, and he was saying that the guys who are going to be playing for Italy are probably just going to be like Canadians, and they'll just guys from like Vaughan or Woodbridge, just saying, "Oh, I'm Italian," because
yeah.
obviously there's a bunch of Italian people over there,
Yeah.
so they're probably just going to declare that they'll just play for Italy.
I wouldn't
So
be
their
surprised if
team's
they
not
do
going to
that.
be that bad, but like it's just going to be funny them playing against like Canada or the U.S. and just
Yeah.
get absolutely railed. It's going to be fucking hilarious, but.
Well, yeah, that's what happens a lot. It's like people who
That was like
can't.
China playing in the Olympics the other year, in 2022, playing hockey. Like they got destroyed every game. I'm pretty sure they
Yeah.
won a game actually, but it's funny that the host teams who aren't like used to playing one of the sports, especially hockey or soccer, for example. Like it's super funny seeing them, you know, just not just not play at
Not
all.
compete. Yeah, no, for sure.
Just play like shit. It's great.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was thinking that. And like in terms of like that's what happens though a lot of the time with teams that just can't like have get players to come on their team. They just go like if you're, your relatives or parents are you have Canadian in your or you have like Italian in your descendants or something like that.
Right.
They'll let you play even Jordan Romano to the Jays was going to play for Team Italy for even
Oh
though
yeah,
he's
yeah.
a known Canadian, even though he
Right.
looks like an Italian, though that dude is more Italian
Oh,
than
100%.
the
He looks like a
spaghetti
Mario brother.
meatballs. Yeah, no, he's but yeah, no, it's that's always funny to see. Like I remember that last year at the World Baseball Classic, I was like, the hell is Marcus Stroman doing on Team Puerto Rico? It's like
Yeah, yeah,
he played for Team USA like in 2017 and
yeah.
but yeah, I mean it is what it is. It's cool to play on multiple different teams. Like Freddie Freeman does it for when he plays in the World Baseball Classic. He'll play on Team Canada because both his
Right.
parents are Canadian. But yeah, like it's always interesting to see players like that. But yeah, I mean, there's not much to talk about otherwise in hockey. I mean, we can move on to some Jays discussion as
Mm.
they sign Justin Turner, World Series winner in 2020, two-time All-Star. Been last year hit 23 home runs, I want to say, at a above 800 OPS. He was good
Hmm.
last year. He was good for the
Yeah, almost 100 ribbies.
for the Red Sox. But the thing is, though, he's 40 years old, and that's the only worrying aspect of it is that he is old, and who knows if all of a sudden this year is the year he just starts to
He just
decline
plays
like
like shit.
crazy
Yeah,
because it
it's a
happens.
it's a
Like
risk or reward.
it's you never know when with these players that are so old it's harder for them to sustain 162 games. See with George Springer, who's slowly I don't want to say declining. I think he's still good. It might have just been a down year last year, but he is relatively old for an MLB player. His bat speed, your bat speed slows down. You start having trouble seeing balls, and you just out of breath. You're not able to do that 162 games, flying all over the place like he does. And I think Justin Turner can be a really good piece for the Jays. I think he's versatile. Ross Atkins, for some reason, loves his utility men. He loves signing utility players like Whit Merrifield and IKF, and even Kevin Biggio now has just turned into like a utility player. He'll put Davis Schneider in left field. He'll put him at third base or second. There's so much versatility with these players and on the Jays team. Santiago Espinal will play second, short, and third.
Yeah.
The list goes on. Varsho plays any position in the outfield.
Yeah.
Springer does too. I mean, it's good. It is good to have versatility like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But the issue is how good is the quality of their bat? You sign IKF, who plays every position whatsoever. That's great, but how good is his bat going to be? How
Yes.
good is he going to be as a player in from going down 1 to 9 in the order? Is he going to drive in those players? It's a mystery. And I think Justin Turner can do that thing. He was extremely clutch with the Red Sox last year and had a very good year, especially at age 39. Had more power than he even did in previous years with the Dodgers. But I mean, I'm not worried too much about it. I think what we need to focus on is how good can the players that are supposed to be good uh, be better, rather than having to sign a bunch of players to cover up Vladdy. Why can't Vladdy and Kirk and these guys be good? They're supposed to be better. And I think what Ross Atkins is saying, you know what, I'm not going to go out and sign these guys because I believe in my players. I believe in the players that we brought up, like Vladdy and Bo and Kirk, rather than having to go to these 1-year deals like they've been doing the past couple of years with players. So I think that's a big thing to look into. And I think what's important is that Vladdy has a big bounce back year. Justin Turner can fill that spot and give him coverage and give him, a safety net in when Vladdy's in the 3 hole. But man, like those are the players that got to turn it around. Also Manoah too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, first episode, I predicted that Justin Turner would be a wild card. Just saying. But I do like to pick up. I feel like it's kind of like if you remember back a few years ago, like Patrick Marleau, when he signed with the Leafs, or Joe Thornton. I feel like he's just like an older guy who, can add some veteran
Presence.
support. Yeah, exactly. In the dressing room, a guy who's won
Mhm.
before,
Yeah.
who's been in the playoffs and can be clutch. Yeah, lots of times, and be clutch when needed. So I feel like it's a good addition, but there needs to be more in the front office. Ross Atkins, you need to sign one more person, my
I
friend.
think I
At
think
least just re-sign Chapman, or just get someone re-signed would be nice.
because you're right. My whole point of like saying that the players that we have need to be better. There's also, you have to realize that yes, they can be in great and they can have great years, but you look at the Yankees and how they're doing, top, franchise team types of deals, with Soto, signing Soto and Stroman and who else did they get? Why am I blanking on this? They signed another Alex Verdugo, players like that. And the Jays just haven't gone out and gotten that type of bat like Soto, which is nice, but which is not nice for the Yankees, of course. But it's such a mystery. Again, you can't. It's so hard to predict of how these teams are going to be. It's tough when you look at the Orioles, who are signing all these players as well.
Yeah,
Like, or not signing all these players, but they traded for Corbin Burns and have him for one more year. So, you know what? We'll
they
see
have
what.
so many good pieces, man. The Orioles.
Yeah.
So many good prospects too. Rushman and Gunnar Henderson, like
Well,
they're
yeah, those guys aren't prospects anymore, but they have like this, like,
just young players that are coming up and playing
yeah,
amazing.
Jackson
Like they're
Holiday. Uh,
yeah.
uh, the one guy, I forget his name. They all look the exact same, but
They're all blonde dudes.
yeah,
Probably
Jordan
from Cal.
Westberg
Yeah.
was pretty solid for them last year. Kirsten Hersked or something like that. I'm butchering his name. People are gonna go
Mhm.
crazy, but he's another player that, again, long blonde hair, extremely religious, and can smack the shit out of the baseball.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I'm excited for this team as always. I want them to do well. They're still in that window of making the playoffs and being
Yeah.
a competitive team, but they got to take that next step uh, to actually win games in the playoffs, and we'll focus
Yeah.
on that more later and for in later episodes. But that's a big concern.
It's just the problem is that our division is so competitive when it comes to like teams being good. Like the Yankees are always up there. The Rays have been consistently good last like 3-4 years.
Yeah,
The Orioles played amazing last year, 100-win season. They got young guys coming up,
yeah,
and then the Red Sox are, they're the Red Sox, right? They're always,
yeah. It's not like
they're always on the line somewhere. They're always,
they got
like
money.
at
They
least
got
at
money. They
500.
can.
Yeah, exactly. They can spend it when they want to.
Mhm.
And then you have us who are like, we like this is our window or else it's rebuild time. So,
We'll see. Yeah,
yeah,
like, again, yeah, because you can save your money by, not signing a bunch of players to big contracts, and then you can spend that money on Bo and Vladdy long-term contracts, which I would like. I think if Vladdy has a good year, then he'll get his contract. If he has a good year this year, he'll get that contract, and he won't have to go to free agency, um, and have to deal with that, because I think I want to say he deserves it. But he's just got to prove it with another one more good year, that prove it deal. And I think Bo deserves a contract. I have no problem. It's impossible to find
yeah,
shortstops as good as Bo these
that
days,
was great.
with an incredible bat like he has. And, he's been last year, he was great in the field. So
Yeah.
good for him. But
I
yeah,
just have like I see the projections here for Turner. He's projected to have just under 20 home runs and 81 RBIs, which I wouldn't be mad with for a
not
guy
terrible.
who's 40 years old, and
Yeah.
I
He can
wouldn't
play
mind
every
that at
day
all.
too. Yeah, that's the other thing.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. He's projected to play basically every. Well, he doesn't show the projected games to
Well,
play,
there's
but
incentives in his deal, in his contract, that
that
say,
deal with him playing games.
yeah, playing a lot, like,
Okay.
with like the amount of games he plays, he gets more money, or at bats.
I think everyone has that when it comes to their contracts. Like NBA, 100%. Like NBA made a new rule this year that if you don't play 65 games, you're not eligible to win the MVP or
Oh
like
yeah,
offensive player, like defensive player of the year. Like you're not eligible to do that. Like I feel like his Embiid, who's like playing out of his mind this year. I think he's almost averaging 40 points a game. He has to do surgery,
mm,
and it doesn't look like he's going to return. And he's already missed like 10 games,
dang,
I think. And like if he misses another like 5 or 6, then he's basically done.
yeah,
So it should be interesting to see how Turner plays, and
yeah,
hopefully
for
he stays
sure.
healthy, especially at his age.
Yeah, you're right. No, for sure. All right. Well, the next final thing to discuss is our movie pick of the day, I guess you could call it.
Yeah,
Do you want me to go first?
yeah, sure.
All right, I will go. So this film, one of my favorite films. I actually met the writer, director, producer, and star of this classic film. Released in 2003. This movie took ages to make. Started production in 1999, I want to say, and took about 4 years to finally get out into the into a theater. It's become a cult classic ever since its release. Movie stars have become obsessed with this film because it's such a ridiculous movie that makes zero sense, has insane amounts of continuity problems. The plot is just dull. The writing is terrible, and the actors are dry as hell, drier than sandpaper, let me tell you. But that movie I'm talking about is Tommy Wiseau's The Room. I love this movie so much. I love this. I love showing this to people and showing them without any context either, which is one of the best things you can do. I absolutely love this film. It's so bad, it's good. That's like the total definition of this
Oh, hi,
film.
Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. I did not hit her. It's not true. It's
Yeah.
bullshit. What is I could you can't get me going. I could just quote this movie forever. I've seen it
Yeah.
so many times. I was lucky enough to have an incredible experience where I was in San Francisco, where that movie was shot, or the filming and location of the movie is in San Francisco. And I was able to go and to a premiere or a showing of it at one of the famous San Francisco theaters. And I got to meet Tommy Wiseau. I got a
What?
script by him. And I got to just say hi. Got a photo with him.
When you didn't tell me this?
How do you not?
That's crazy.
My profile picture on Zoom is always me and Tommy Wiseau. If you check it, yeah, bro.
Really?
Yeah. No, it was awesome.
Oh, shit.
I went to the theater. It was one of the coolest experiences ever. He did a Q&A. It was hilarious. He was just awesome. Like, it was such a fun experience seeing the movie. Just like in San Francisco and seeing such a terrible movie. It's it has this following where like fans are throwing spoons every time, because there's just like shots of like photos in the movie of just spoons. Like, they have like spoons on their like on the tables and everything like that for
Mhm.
no reason. And yeah, I could go on talking about how much I love this movie because it's so funny.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What do you think about the James Franco's rendition?
So I've read the book, and the book is way better. The book is so
Okay.
interesting, so funny too, and which the book or the movie is based off of the book. And I wasn't a fan. I thought there was things they could have added and done differently. Like, I
Mhm.
remember being disappointed because I had read the book, I had listened to the audiobook. It's like one of the only books I've ever read, actually, because I don't read that much. But yeah, I loved it though. I could go
Mhm.
on and on about the disaster or the room, and the book too, which I highly recommend you read because it's so interesting. It's so
Okay.
fun.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
my rank.
I have not seen the movie, but I know like all the
Wow.
memes. I know all the memes and shit. But yeah, like it's definitely a movie that I like a lot. Like,
You would, bro.
I
It's
feel like
so
it's kind of
funny.
like Napoleon Dynamite, where it's like you either love it or hate it.
I don't know anyone that hates
I don't
Napoleon
know how
Dynamite.
people hate Napoleon Dynamite, but like you're crazy if you do.
Yeah.
My movie is different. I actually mentioned this to you. So I actually watched it today for the first time. So this is a very new recommendation. I watched this morning. It is called Stop Making Sense. It is a concert movie um, by the Talking Heads,
Mm,
a 80s pop band who were very popular back in
Psycho
the
Killer.
late 70s, 80s, mid 80s. Um, this has to be directed by Jonathan Dem. I forgot.
Demi,
He also
yeah.
directed, Demi. Yeah, he directed
Silence of the
Silence of the
Lambs.
Lambs as well. This is has to be the best directed concert film I've ever seen. And
Really?
I've seen a lot of them. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Like, I don't think he showed the crowd once.
Hmm.
It was just on the band the whole time. And then at the beginning, it's like I forgot the singer's name, but he's just singing by himself. And then after every song, one band member comes on and they just play one song. And then the next person comes on, he plays the song. And then
Yeah.
the last person comes on. And then over the concert, then more special guests like people playing like special drums or backup singers like come on for a special song. Like, it's just the direction and the cuts. And like I used to do back when I was in high school, we had this thing called Rock Idol, where it was kind of like, American Idol. We have judges, like teacher judges,
Yeah.
and we had a vocal program at our school. So vocal people, or even people just in the school, would audition to be a part of Rock Idol. And the media program was responsible for filming it and live streaming it to the whole school so they could watch in their classrooms and stuff. And for one of the Rock Idols, I was a director. So I was in charge of, switching to this camera at this time, switch to this camera, switch to the spotlight camera, right? And I know how, like, what the technical aspects of what goes into multicam and switching, making sure that all the right angles, we have all the right angles when filming a concert or a singer. Yeah, it's a lot goes into it, and this has everything. Like, I felt like I was literally on the stage performing with them, or like watching it. It was so cool. There's a part where the singer, I keep forgetting his name. He runs around the stage, around the whole like band, and the camera is just following him the whole time. It's not like it's just a far away shot of him running around. Like, there's literally a cameraman running around. It's incredible. Like, I rented it at the library. I think I might Wednesday morning. I think I might get it again and watch it again, because it's that amazing. I don't think I could watch. I have high praises for this movie. Everyone should watch it. The music, obviously, the music's incredible. Like, very clear audio. I was vibing the whole time.
Nice. Oh, cool.
If you appreciate pop music and 80s music, this is the movie for you. Anyone who enjoys music would love this.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. Go check it out. Stop Making Sense.
Cool.
Amazing film.
No, there's been a couple of those great films. Like, Scorsese directed The Last Waltz, which is another one of his films back in the late 70s, about the band, the band.
Yeah.
They sing a couple of great songs. The Wait, they're Canadian, and that's supposed to be incredible too. There's a bunch of great great directors that have directed films, like concert films like that, like Jonathan Demme. It's cool to see. It's definitely cool to see. But yeah,
there's obviously
anyway,
I put in my letterbox Stop Making Sense over the Eras tour.
Have you seen the Eras tour?
No, but I just know this one's better. I don't need to watch that.
Yeah.
Fuck Taylor Swift.
All right. Yeah, man. This guy, if there's any opportunity to diss Taylor Swift, your boy McCabe.
I'm the guy, man. I'm the guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that ends it off for
No. We got it. We gotta predict the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. All right.
We gotta predict the Super Bowl, the big game for this weekend.
Okay.
We kind of did it last week, but we kind of just grazed over it. Like, we just said who would win, and then we just went to other stuff to talk about. But this one, I kind of want to go in more depth, because I feel like I have a more stronger understanding of what I feel personally will happen. I'm going to a party this weekend to watch the game, but I will be focusing on the game 100%. I'll be in the basement with my buddies, drinking beers, watching the game. I hate like when people just watch it to just for the commercials and shit, and like the halftime show. Like, if the Super Bowl is for football. That's just my personal opinion. But obviously, Super Bowl is legit. The Super Bowl is like a show. Like, it's literally like an entertainment for, like, like the ads are like, a source of entertainment other than the football. But I have a better understanding than what I had last week. I said the Chiefs last week, I think. This week, I still think they'll win.
Yeah.
But I think this time, I don't think it'll be close.
Okay.
I think Chiefs will blow the water out of San Fran. I think it's going to be at least 2 touchdowns. Mahomes' his legacy is going to just build up and up and up. It's he's when he wants to win, he will win.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about, the refs. The refs want him to win, or the refs are, they pay the refs to make the Chiefs win. I don't care about that shit. This guy, Mahomes, knows what he wants, and he wants this fucking ring. Same with Kelsey. Kelsey's gonna have a monster game. Chiefs by like 14. Like it's
Okay.
not gonna be close.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on this
I
game.
mean, I'm gonna say the Chiefs too, man. I can't see the 49ers winning. Like Purdy's good, but he's not like he struggled. He didn't even play had a really good second half against the fuck, why am I forgetting? The Lions.
The Lions.
Half of the game, but like first half he's fucking shit in the bed. Not that that really matters because he got the dub at the end, but you know, you could tell like the guy's he's not 100% in the game if as you know, say Mahomes is. But yeah, I think
I felt that the Chiefs were more in control than the Niners were not last week, but the week after that. Like they even though the Chiefs didn't score a point in the second half, like the defense alone, Chiefs defense is going to shut down the Niners, I feel.
yeah.
And the O-line of the Chiefs is too strong for the Niners defense because Niners defense, they should be like the best defense in the league on paper, but like they couldn't shut down the Lions offense in the first half, which is very worrisome because if that happens against Kansas City next weekend, it's going to be game's going to be done after halftime.
Fair.
If it's 24-7 Chiefs, because the Mahomes is not going to let off the gas.
Yeah.
Based off, because I'm not like I said this. I think I've said this before on the podcast, but like I don't think I'll ever bet against Mahomes again. It's kind of like that Brady thing where you know, like even when Brady's the underdog, you always bet on Brady. He is something else, man. I think he's just going to prove again that he's like one of the best athletes in the world.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And the guy almost has a beer belly and he's pulling this shit off. You see his like locker room.
Yeah.
You see what the picture? Yeah, he's not jacked, dude. He's just
a
regular body.
You mean like
guy has the arm?
Have you seen Tom Brady run, man? It's like it's hard.
Yeah.
It's impossible watching him. It's
they aren't. It's not LeBron or you know, Mike Tyson or like just massive fucking arms. Just you know, massive great athletes.
It's probably better to be like you're gonna pull so many muscles. Like that's the thing. The more you work out, you're going to pull ligaments and muscles way easier. That's why Stanton is so injured all the time, is because he's jacked. You better be off with the dad bod.
He's just a giant. Like same with Judge. Like it's just genetics, right? They're just like massive people.
Yeah,
like obviously they're gonna have injuries when they're taller people.
Brady's a big guy too. Like he's like 6'5".
Yeah, he's big.
But he's not.
I think he had one major injury. He tore his ACL one year, and that was it.
Yeah,
because he's safe when it comes to that stuff. But he took big hits when he was younger in his career. Another person, Wayne Gretzky, he didn't have a crazy athletic
looked like
body.
Princess Diana.
Yeah. He was one of the best athletes of all time, and he just had no significant injury in his career. It also helped that he had Marty McSorley on his line the whole time, bodying people for him.
Yeah.
When I think he only had one fight ever in his career. But yeah, Mahomes is. I think he'll cement his
legacy.
As a top 5 quarterback of all time. I think if he wins this game already. Yeah, already, because he's three Super Bowls in 7 years. If he pulls this off, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, no,
I hate saying this as a Bills fan, but it's like I can't sit here and talk shit about the guy because he's as much as you hate him, he's fucking amazing. So
yeah,
there you go.
I mean, yeah, no, it's a great way to end it off. But yeah, no, we'll see what happens. We'll have a discussion after the next week about how these Chiefs and 49ers did. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thank you guys though for listening. If you did, we'll be on YouTube, Spotify, all the stuff. Make sure to like, subscribe, watch the TikToks, Instagram. But yeah, no, thank you for listening. Not too much to not as much to talk about today, but
Next week will be loaded.
yeah.
We have a loaded podcast next week, 100%.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, definitely. But it's exciting. We'll see what happens. What much more to come, and let's go